My husband tampered with his condom and forced me to keep the baby. I 24F have a husband 30 meters and a newborn child. My husband admitted to wanting a child knowing I didn't, so he poked holes in his condoms hoping to get me pregnant. When I found out I was, he claimed that it must be meant to be since we took all of the precautions we could. I wanted to abort, but he got mad and told me that I'm not killing his child. When he told me what he did, I started crying that he put me through so much pain during the pregnancy and risked my life, almost bled out, instead of finding someone who wants kids. I'm not sure what to do. I need advice.
Collect any evidence of this you have, messages, pictures, recordings, etc. Give it to a divorce lawyer. GDFO.
This is called a form of sexual assault and domestic violence called reproductive coercion. Google it. There are tons of resources. Get evidence. Find out what the laws in your country, state are around it, and if you are able to, press charges. Even if you can't press charges, get a divorce. Time to get the fuck out of that relationship.
Your husband violated you. Forcing your partner to have a baby, tampering with birth control is illegal. You need to lawyer up and divorce him. Whether you choose to keep the baby, give him full custody, or put your baby up for adoption is up to you. I recommend you go to our legal advice to see what your options are to begin this process. That's one of the most disgusting forms of betrayal and also highly illegal depending on where you're from. Because you didn't consent to him tampering with the condom, your husband raped you. If he would do something like this, there is honestly no limit in my mind as to what else he might do to control you and your child.
Birth control sabotage is a form of reproductive coercion, which is abuse. Consider calling one of these hotlines to get help from someone knowledgeable about your options where you are. National Domestic Violence Hotline 1-800-799-SAFE 7233, Rape Abuse and Incest National Network, RAIN, Hotline 1-800-656-HOPE 4673.
What started this conversation where he told you he tampered with the condoms? This seems like a strange thing to just blurt out. Divorce, give him full custody, sign off on your parental rights and drop the baby he wanted so badly on him alone.
Isn't this considered rape?
Get evidence of what he has done and take it to a divorce lawyer. Also, you can put the baby up for adoption if that's what you want. This is a form of abuse and control. Please get out. He raped you. He belongs in prison. Fucking hell, I'm sorry, but wow. Collect evidence and GTFO out of there.
I married a guy who did this but didn't admit it until much later. Separating now. He is definitely abusive in every way. Hey there, I saw your post and felt that maybe you could use some additional emotional comfort. You didn't deserve this, you really didn't. I'm not sure what his reasoning was, but it wasn't to put you and your decisions about autonomy first. That's not on you, that's him being a manipulative person. I assume you feel as if your world is collapsing. Please remind yourself that you are resilient. You've got tough choices, but you're capable and can make the right decisions. You can do this. Internet hugs from a stranger.
You need to get any evidence you can about this, hand it to the police and walk away from this marriage.
My ex-husband tampered with his condom and forced me to keep the baby. See, I fixed that for you.
If you want nothing to do with the baby, you should divorce and sign over custody. I would see, in lieu of revealing publicly what he did, you would not have support payments. See an attorney.
So he raped you. His tampering with the condom was taking away your right to consent. Get all the evidence you can gather and go to a divorce lawyer. If you need help, please go to thehotline.org and you can call, chat or text for help for domestic violence, which this definitely is. Stay safe. I am so sorry you are going through this.
Leave him. Please, for the love of God, leave. I stayed with someone who forced me to get pregnant, and he became even more abusive as time went on.
Woo-ah, this is way above Reddit's pay grade. He raped you. Reproductive trickery is sexual assault. Then forced you to go through one of the most traumatic things a human body can go through. All the while manipulating and emotionally abusing you. I don't even know what to say here other than I'm so sorry that happened to you.
This is rape and reproductive coercion. Your husband is an abuser. You are not safe with him. Please make a safety plan and leave. He's done this to trap you. Don't let him.
A lot of weird advice. Get him arrested. Divorce him. Make him take the baby. Sometimes all by the same person. If you want to dump the baby on him, you better keep him out of jail. If you want to give the baby up, you'll need his sign-off too. Maybe you should ignore everyone here except the people who only said, talk to a lawyer.
Reproductive coercion. Holy shit. My boyfriend sexually assaulted me and I didn't even know it. When I got pregnant, my boyfriend threatened my and my unborn baby's life if I didn't get an abortion. He threatened to kick me in the stomach until the baby died. I felt like I had no other choice but to have an abortion, so I did. I had wanted to be a mom my entire life, and I still think of what life would have been like if I would have had the baby. I feel like something was taken from me, but I also felt ultimately responsible because I had the abortion. Legally nobody can sign you up for one without your consent. At least I know now that I have reason to feel violated.
Gather evidence. If you have to hide a recorder in your pocket when you talk to him about it, do it. Then please get somewhere safe. Once you do that, take all the evidence to the police and a divorce lawyer. Please get out op. What he did is a form of sexual assault and a gross violation of one of your most basic human rights.
Leave him. Please, for the love of God, leave. I stayed with someone who forced me to get pregnant, and he became even more abusive as time went on.
Get him to admit to it while you're recording it via your cell phone or some other device. Gather any text messages, emails, etc. if he was dense enough to admit to it in writing and then run to the nearest lawyer. That's horrendous.
I would divorce. This is absolutely disgusting and wrong. There is no way to work this sort of mistrust out in therapy. What he did was rape because you didn't consent to unprotected sex. He manipulated you with no regards or concern for your desires. I don't know if you are in the US or not. I'm in the UK and this is called stealthing, the non-consensual removal or damage of a condom during sexual intercourse when his sex partner has only consented to condom-protected intercourse. Basically, just because you gave him consent to have sex with you doesn't give him the right to climax in you. As this is not the sex you consented to, it would be considered sexual assault. Like I said at the start, I'm not sure where you are, so you need to check the laws in your country or state and get evidence of it. This is despicable behavior and should not go unpunished. Stay strong, USN, get through this.
Yeah, you got raped. Abort mission. My ex-wife took herself off birth control and did the same thing. I didn't want a child, but almost 7 years later, I can't imagine life without my son. X is still a twat.
This is a betrayal on such a level one really don't know what to say beyond breaking trust. I myself don't see any way of him earning your trust after this. I'm torn between saying divorce him and trying to forgive him for the baby, but what he did is so messed up. Whatever you choose, if I was you, I would never trust him again. In my eyes, no trust means no relationship. I wish you the best.
Divorce him and sign away your parental rights. He wanted a baby so bad, he can take care of it by himself.
You need to call a domestic violence hotline right now and make a plan to safely leave your husband. This is called reproductive abuse. Your husband is abusive. Talk to your doctor about birth control. He can't tamper with IUD, implant, and get on that immediately. You need to leave. He will get worse. They always do.
I think you should contact a family lawyer and ask for domestic abuse resources. They should be able to connect you to someone who can help you figure out what to do next and what your options are. I feel like there must be a way to give up your parental rights and not have to pay child support based on your situation, but your lawyer will know for sure. I think the key is that you have to make sure that it's on record that you divorced him for abusing you and for reproductive coercion, and see if you can press charges. I'm sorry this happened to you, and I hope you get all the help you deserve.
You didn't consent. In fact, you told him clearly how you felt. He violated that. Clearly your fears, desires, and wishes mean nothing to him. I would consult a lawyer and think about potentially ending things between you and him. Also, if he was not willing to respect you, do you think he would be willing to respect your child?
I am so sorry and can't imagine what you are going through. You need to get away from him and this situation ASAP. Meet with a lawyer to begin taking the steps to do so. What are you unsure of? Are you looking for some way to not have the child and stay with your husband? I'm sure there is a way for you to have nothing to do with the child. I just can't imagine wanting to be with him after he did that. Imagine what other aspects of your life he altered without you knowing. Has he been abusive or controlling? Is this the first time he's done anything to betray you?
This was rape by deception. You didn't consent to having sex with him knowing the condom wouldn't work. Please research the laws around your area and press charges on him.
Divorce him. Now this is a bit of closing the barn door after the horse has left advice, but be sure to have surgery to ensure you can never get pregnant again given you don't want children. I'd stop making up stories for attention online, for starters. Anyone with a functioning brain would know what to do in this situation. If you need attention this badly, you can't be so blatantly obvious.
What the fuck? This is evil. I'm so sorry, this has to be a crime. Please do yourself a favor and find yourself a better man, you deserve so much better. Nobody deserves this. Here's some real advice. Don't trust Reddit's hive mind mentality. Go to a real professional and start there.
Divorce, police, rent a billboard telling what he's done. SCORTCH the earth on this MOTHERFUCKER. Text him about it in a way that gets him to admit it, so you have hard evidence.
I don't trust leaving a pure, innocent baby child to this guy. He seems to be just wanting to control someone you know. This gonna be an unpopular opinion, but you mentioned that you wanted to abort the baby. It's your body, it's your choice. Because of what he did to you, he does not have a voice in this. I'm not a PH psychologist, but in Kentucky it's called pregnancy from rape. You need to get out now, because you might have missed the signs you're in an abusive relationship.
Get away from him. That was a very controlling and a quiet way to do it without your permission.
Things that never happened. Part 506,948,284. Give him the baby and leave.
That's rape. Plain and simple. If you can go to a domestic violence help center, they can help set you up with a plan to leave and stay safe. If it's what you want, file for divorce. If you don't want the child, let him have custody if it's possible. Not sure if a judge would let him in a rape case. He wanted one so badly, he can be a single parent. This is beyond fucked and I am so sorry you went through this.
Okay, your husband is fucking crazy. You need to put him in his place and tell him that he never should have done that, and also tell him if he really wanted kids bad enough to do that, he should have found somebody who wants kids. If he pulls some more insane stuff, you need to tell somebody other than the internet. Actually, you should already do that, but still. Maybe this will end in divorce, but it's better than staying with a psycho. Also, it's your body, not his. If you wanted to abort it, he shouldn't have gotten in the way. He shouldn't have even poked holes in the condom to get you pregnant. These are red flags, girl. Major red flags. I wish you the best of luck.